Hey everybody, Max Kevin here. This Little Cutie podcast is not too long. Oh, what are you guys doing today? Are you trying to find a literary agent? Who out there is trying to find a literary agent? I bet everybody, you're trying to find one. Everybody's trying to find one. I just want to find a literary agent and someone who loves me. I don't know if you guys ever tried to find a literary agent. Probably not, huh? Probably not. I mean, why would you really? Why would you really? Okay, if you don't know what a literary agent is, okay, so basically, if you want to publish a book, right? If you don't just self-publish books like me on Amazon, if you want like a real publisher, like what's that one? Hoof and Muff and Hutland? What's that? Hoof and Huffington Post? What's that one publisher? Hoof and I keep thinking Hoof and Mutlin. That's not right. Something's wrong with my brain. Penguin Books. What are some other famous publishers? Your Mom's Butthole. Anyway. Publishers. You can't just. Let's say you wrote the best. You wrote the best novel. You wrote that 21st century novel. It's a great adventure of the hero who wants to challenge the bad guy through diversity and save the children from the monster. You wrote that novel. You wrote that. It's going to be a bestseller. You just need to get it out there into someone's head. People just need to see it. Once they read the first line, they'll know. This is the greatest novel of all time. But you know what? Guess what? Too bad you don't have a publisher, dude. You don't have Hoof and Mitlin. So like, okay, well, I guess I'll just mail it out to a publisher then, I'll just mail out my manuscript to a publisher and then they'll read it and they'll be like, oh my God, this is the best thing I've ever read. Let's print 1,000 million copies, But actually, publishers don't accept manuscripts from anyone. There's no publisher on the planet that will accept a manuscript from you. So don't do that because they'll just throw it in the garbage. They'll just be like, oh, this is a nice piece of trash. Oh, look at this junk mail I got today. Oh, we got coupons for the grocery store, and we got some idiot's 800-page novel. All right, well, we'll just put that in the dumpster there. That was a good waste of trees, So what you gotta do is you gotta get a literary agent first, You gotta get an agent like you're an actor or whatever, let's say you want to be an actor, you can't just go up to Harvey Weinstein and be like, hey, bro, I'll suck your dick. You got to get an agent first, and the agent will call up Harvey Weinstein and be like, hey, Harvey, I got this client of mine, he wants to suck your dick. And then Harvey will be like, okay, send him over. But if you just go up and knock on his door, like, Harvey, let me suck your dick. He's like, oh, sorry, man, you got to go through your agent first. I don't know who you are, I only accept offers from Jeffrey Epstein, So get out of here. All right, you can lick my asshole a little bit, but anyway, so you gotta get these literary agents, right? So you go on these websites. It's like, all right, you gotta find a literary, So you go on the website. It's like, all right, well, how are you supposed to find these literary? You go these websites, all these literary agents, and basically they're all like, yeah, we're not accepting submissions right now. I got enough. We don't need any more. We're fine. Thanks though. We're not accepting anything from anyone. We got enough books. There's enough books. No one wants to read books. Don't you know that? No one wants to read books, so we don't, there's not too much demand, so we don't really need any more authors. We have enough. Thanks though. Have fun. Have fun at the beach this weekend. So anyway, they have these databases, and it's just like they're all from different genres, whatever. So all these different agents accept from different genres, like one's like horror, one's crime, one's young adult, So I'm trying to get this kids book published, because for babies, because Amazon, they only do paperbacks. They don't do like little cardboard books, the little cardboard books that are kind of hard. They're called board books actually, because they're made of cardboard, And they're for little babies, because little babies like to destroy shit, And if it's made of paper, the baby's just going to rip the pages, So they make these things called board books, but Amazon doesn't publish those, you know. So I'm trying to find the reason I'm trying to find a literary agent is so I can publish this goddamn baby book. So these goddamn kids don't grow up and be so goddamn stupid, you know. Trying to make the world a better place, you know. So anyway, I'm searching through these databases for like who will publish board books, you know, because it's not just any publisher that can publish these type. This is a very specific type of book, you know. It's not a novel on a recycled paper. All right, this is handmade quality shit we're talking about, you know. So anyway, like now these websites they're just like, oh, okay, here's the agents, and they just give you a list of 1,000 names. You know, it's like, here you go, have fun. So like, I'm just thinking, like, well, who the fuck am I supposed to send these letters to? You know, so who am I supposed to email here? You know, so I just end up asking ChatGPT. I go on ChatGPT. I'm like, hey ChatGPT, which one of these agencies publishes, you know, board books? You know, so the ChatGPT gives me a list of some agencies there. You know, and then I go to these agencies' websites, right? You know, you go to these agencies' website, and they're like, okay, here's our guidelines for accepting submissions, okay? And it's like we only accept da-da-da-da-da, okay? And email one specific agent about your topic. Don't email the company itself. Just email one specific agent. So then you got to go through, like, each website has like 20 agents, you know? And then you got to go through the profiles of each agent and like look at what type of books they're looking for, you know? Like one agent's like, I'm looking for mystery novels, you know? And you go to the, it's like, well, why don't you just fucking have a sorting option, you know? Have one email, like they have each different email addresses, you know? It's like, why don't you just have one email to the entire company there and just have it like sortable, you know? So whichever agent, you know, I mean, that would make more sense, you know? That'd be a lot less hassle than me having to read through 20 fucking profiles of these dumbasses I don't give a shit about, you know? And then, you know, some agencies, there's like 5 or 6 of them that'll accept children's books, right? You know? And these agencies' websites, they say on there, they're like, if you only write to one of our agents at a time. Don't submit to more than one agent at a time. And it takes them like 4 to 6 weeks to reply to, you know, because they get so many of these goddamn query letters from untalented hacks. They got to go through all of them, you know. And it takes them like 4. So let's say you want to publish this book, right? And I don't even know which one of these agents is. I mean, like they all kind of say they're interested in children's books, but I'm not sure really which one is going to publish the board books there, you know. So you gotta email one of them, and then you gotta wait 4 to 6 weeks for them to reply or choose not to reply until you can, you know. So you're gonna be sending emails to this one company for like a fucking year, just to email all of them. It's like, Jesus Christ, man. And like all these literary agents, you know, they're like we're looking for authors for people of color with LGBT, you know, they're looking for the gay minority, strong black woman, you know, strong black lesbian, biracial, you know, transgender, autistic, single parent, triple, what do they call it? What do they call it when they chop off a limb there? What do they call it? Not quadriplegic, but I forget. Anyway, it's with no limbs, you know. They're looking, and like you go like all these, some of these children's books. One of these children's books ones, I was looking at their books, you know. Like every single book, they're like children's books, you know, like with little pictures for like little kids, you know. And they're like expressing. It's like gender is a spectrum, you know. It's like the guy on the cover is like wearing this rainbow-colored technicoat, you know. He's fucking fabulous, you know. And the next one's like, I'm queer and proud. It's like, this is for fucking 5-year-olds, okay? 5-year-olds don't have sexuality yet, you know. You gotta wait till they go through puberty before they discover if they're gay or not, you know. You can't be telling these kids that they're gay at 5 years old. It's like they don't even, their balls haven't even dropped yet. Come on, dude. Anyway, yeah, it's like who are these for? Who are these books for? Like I understand no one wants to read books, you know, but it's like, are these the only people reading books anymore? Is like they're like that the 5% of people that these books you know are targeted towards? Like I mean, what about all the alt-right, you know, extremely racist bald white guys? You know, it's like what are they supposed to read? You know, they don't get any books to read their kids. Like, all right, little Timmy, let's read this one kid's book about how the Jews control the banks. Good night, Moon. Good night, Jew who controls the global banking mafia. Good night, doggy. Anyway, yeah, so I emailed a few of these literary agents. We'll see what happens, Larry. We'll see what happens, Larry. It's like, and the whole thing, I just got me thinking. It's like, how do these people even get these jobs? And why are they the ones that decide like what? It's not even what gets published. They're the ones that decide like what publishers have to choose from. And like, I'm serious. Like all of these, every single one of them is part of I don't know the word for it, but like the woke agenda there, you know? They're trying to push like LGBT stuff and like, you know, social inequality, all this shit. Like all of these, every single one of these literary agents. It's like, how did that, like, this shit wasn't even around 10 years ago. And like now every single literary agent, they're all trying to publish this stuff. I don't, like, how did that, where do these people come from? You know, it's like, what happened to the other literary agents? Did they all just I don't know. Speaking of diversity, you know, I was looking at this one agency. Every single agent, they had like 30 agents, and every single one of them was a woman. They had one guy, and he was gay. They had 29 women and one gay dude. It's like, come on, there's no straight American males that want to work in the literary agent agency. Come on, dude, what's going on here? It's a manly thing to do, all right? You know, it's manly. It's man. You know, you read manuscripts and you send them to publishers. It's manly, dude. But yeah. So I just got wondering, like, how did these people even get in this position? You know, like, who gave them the authority, or like, why? I don't understand. Like, how? Like, what exactly do you need to study or know to be considered? You know, it's like they're critics, I guess. You know, it's like they're the ones that they're the gatekeepers. But how did they become the gatekeepers exactly? I don't really get it. I don't understand. You know, it's like, okay, like I'm a successful author, you know? And it's like, what about these literary agents? Like, how did, you know? It's like, what are they? I'm more successful publishing than they are. Like, why do they, you know what I mean? You know what I'm trying to say here? I can't, God, my brain fucking sucks recently, you know? Goddamn long COVID, dude. Can't think anymore. Can't think unless I drink like 18 cups of coffee. Oh God, maybe that's why, because I'm trying to reduce my caffeine there. My brain's like, oh God. Oh. Maybe I'm just old and dumb. I think that's probably also it. But yeah, you know, no literary. You'd think like these literary agents, they'd search for writers themselves, you know, but they don't. They have like so many people try to submit them already. You know, like I've only gotten one in the 10 years I've been a successful author here. I've only had one solicitation from a literary agent, and now they were in Italy. You know, they're like, "Hey, we want the Italian rights for your book," and I didn't know if it was a scam or not, so I didn't even reply to the email. You know, but that's the only. Like, I figure with my success, I mean, I figure maybe, you know, they should be seeking me out, but I guess not. Anyway, that's it for today. Thanks for listening. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow.